Video is about and who it's really for are people that are looking to start a real online business and specifically becoming a marketing agency or an SEO agency to a specific industry of your choice that honestly is one of the best ways to be able to not only start a business from scratch, but to be able to make 6 to 7 figures within a year or a couple of years maximum. Obviously, if you put in the time and the effort, but what makes this such a lucrative and such a fun and exciting business to get into, and is the fact that you don't need any experience. B, you don't actually need a lot of money, because if you run your business like I do, okay, I utilize my clients to actually fund my business, to actually fund the work that I need them to do. So when I happen to get a client, whether it's a web development client, an SEO client, or any type of business, I literally utilize them to pay for my marketing. They pay for my research. They pay for everything that I need to get done, not only for them. When you make money, you use the profits, and that's how you do your business and run your business. But I'm talking about starting from zero. I'm talking about starting from nothing and not having even a cent to your name, and being able to go out there and start bringing in literally thousands of dollars from clients that need your help to be able to market their online business, to be able to help drive and derive leads for them. And that might sound daunting, and it might sound like it's a very difficult task, but while it does require some work, it's not as difficult as people think, and it's certainly not that costly. And depending on how you structure your business and how you set everything up, you can literally have your clients pay for your training, pay for you to be able to implement the very things that you're already pre-selling them on. And that's what makes this so fun, because it's not like some of the other types of businesses out there where you have to spend a lot of money out of your pocket to start up. You don't need any fancy gadgets in this specific industry, and they also will be providing done-for-you services too, where if you choose to and you don't want to build your own business and build your own networks and PBNs and social accounts and things like that you will utilize in order to be able to help rank and market your clients, they will be able to do some of that work for you. Okay, so this opportunity is truly a business in a box. Now, of course, it's not free. You are going to have to outlay for this opportunity, for this particular training. But the main reason why I'm promoting this is because I'm in the industry myself, and I've learned from a lot of the big marketers, online marketers out there. I have spent tens of thousands of dollars on different training programs, and honestly, I've spent multiple years learning what over time and through my own experiences and so forth have realized was really a lot of waste waste of time, a waste of money, unnecessary, misleading information, because, there's a lot of people out there that are just regurgitating information that they don't actually really know anything about. There's no practical application. They buy courses, they learn different tools and techniques, and then they go out and start preaching it and teaching it, and creating courses because they know, oh, I can make money doing that. And they don't have a foundation. They don't actually even have a legitimate business behind what they're doing. They're just trying to cash in on the fact that, people are looking for information online and looking to make money online. And, the quickest and easiest way to do that is, in some cases, to be able to just throw up courses and ebooks and all sorts of useless information. And the web is very notorious for really generating more overwhelm and more confusion for potential online entrepreneurs than any other resource, because we're always constantly looking. But at the end of the day, what people are looking for is they're looking for a shortcut, and because people are looking for a shortcut and they're chasing the money, they're overlooking the need and the importance for actually starting a real legitimate business, and laying the proper foundation and doing the steps necessary. And when I say steps necessary, I'm talking about that's necessary to get you to your goal, without all the distractions, without all the techniques and the secrets and all the push button softwares and all of that sort of stuff that are really only tools. They're, at the end of the day, they're only tools that may or may not necessarily, depending on what you're buying and whatever else, actually be useful or be useful for you. So before I go too much more into how awesome this particular training is, it's, there is a monthly fee to get in, because it's an expensive course. So if you want to actually buy this course outright, it will cost you $2,000. Okay, I'm just going to put it straight out there, because if you're not willing to pay to get this level of education, then that means you're not actually really willing to implement, which means this is not the type of business you should be getting into. Because you can get away with buying courses and programs for $100, $150, $200, $300, but you're never going to be able to get the success that you can in the shortest amount of time possible when you yourself don't even have the right mentality. Because if you already have a mentality of scarcity, then what sort of clients do you think you're going to be able to attract to you to build your 6 or 7 figure business? You're not going to be able to. You're only going to attract the same type of people that you are, and you won't make money, and you'll feel like you're working for free, and you'll start getting distracted and looking for softwares and different programs and the next technique and all of this, and then all you'll find yourself doing is just getting more and more confused, and then you get deflated and you end up with nothing. You end up being another statistic, of the 90 to 95% of people, that never implement what they learn or get taught in courses and programs, and end up failing at the end of the day because they don't follow what's being taught, or what they're being taught is not accurate, or they just are thinking that a $7 ebook or $50 course is going to make them rich. Okay, it's just foolish. All right, so they do have a payment plan option, Marketing Inc. do, so you can get in for a couple of $100 a month and pay off that $2,000. They've reluctantly offering that because they do understand that there are some legitimate people out there that are willing to, that are seriously strapped and are not able to afford the full amount, but are really serious. Okay, but they really don't want to water this down because Marketing Inc. This is in its second release. They released it in 2014. And specifically only to their own existing list. Glenn and Diggy are the real deal. You can see here's a picture of Diggy right here as he's talking in one of these videos, and here's some information about the training course and the modules that you get in here. And then they've got a whole slew of testimonials from the first release of the course and the amazing success that people have experienced. Now, I actually have full access to the course. Okay, I've been going through it myself because again, I don't promote and I do not want to contribute to the overwhelm that people feel, and I do not want, here's their forum, okay, that you can actually register for and get access to, so that you're able to interact with people and get help and all of that sort of stuff. And and here's some of the training sessions in here, some of the modules that I'm just sort of playing around with and going through. And look, I already know a lot of this information because I've already been doing this in my own businesses and so forth. But I'll be honest, I'm learning stuff that I didn't know myself, stuff that I've never heard from some of the big 6 to 7 figure SEO marketers out there that have courses and programs out there and so forth. So it's really, really interesting. Now, what makes this course so different is that it began as a favor to one of their friends. Glenn and Diggy had a friend, I forgot who his name was, Justin or something, and he was in a bind, and he wanted to start a business and all of this, and he was completely non-techie and all of that sort of stuff, and they basically handheld him and walked him through to become an online success. And what makes this course so different is that it is very newbie friendly, meaning you don't need to have technical knowledge, and it's just so beyond anything that I've seen online. It's just extremely simplified. Everything is simplified and made to be very accessible and very easy and implementable. And they start the training program by going through and showing you case studies and talking about how some of the biggest marketing companies out there have become, that literally went from nothing to major, 7-figure, 8-figure success. And the model and how they did that, and why they became successful, so that you can straight off the bat have the right mindset for how to approach your marketing business that you're going to create. And then they very slowly but surely walk you through the process of understanding how SEO works, understanding how to use the internet and use PBNs and build PBNs and be able to help other businesses not only be able to rank in the search engines, but also to be able to help them generate leads, because at the end of the day, that's what a business needs. A business needs leads. Then a business doesn't need to rank number one in Google, and certainly not for every single keyword that's under the sun. There are very specific types of keywords that people are searching for online that are the ones that you should be targeting, that are classified as like buyer keywords. Okay, and there's so many untapped resources and so much misinformation and things that are out there, that a lot of people waste time on, and they wonder why they don't become successful, or people just don't really know how to do marketing at all, and how the search engines work, how how to utilize social signals and all of that sort of stuff to get rankings, and also how to approach clients, how to have clients start coming to you rather than you having to chase them. So they have entire sections and modules devoted to each one of those things. Now, what's interesting is that when you look at the course outline here that they've sort of broken down on their main sales page, if you look at it, there's not a lot. They've got a lot of reading mixed in over 12 modules just for the mindset section, and for the strategy potential, so that you can understand the potential that this business can produce for you and that you can generate, and they provide different case studies in there and examples. Again, 9,000 words, 7 modules. So it's almost like a combination of reading, and then there's videos included in certain sections that help illustrate and explain what you're reading. And honestly, I've never actually seen a course structured in such a way. And in going through it, it works. But when you sort of look at the number of hours of video as an example here, as part of the main training, it's only like 3 to 4 hours of video. So when you think about it, it only takes 3 to 4 hours of video plus some reading to be able to create a 6-figure online marketing agency, so that you can help other businesses. And 6 figures really, really loose, because you should be able to make 6 figures within a year easily. And by second or third year, you should be able to easily grow that and multiply that. And the cool thing is, and once you start doing this for some businesses, you'll have such a high level of proof and word of mouth that you won't really need to do a lot of marketing yourself. I mean, that's how my business took off too. I'm one of those, it's interesting. I see all these courses and programs about how to get clients, how to do this and all of that, and here's the next software for building clients and getting clients for your SEO company or whatever else, and I don't understand why. Honestly, I really do not understand why. Not because there isn't sometimes a need to maybe go out there and market yourself and get clients, but if you're doing things well and you're doing things effectively, the clients should be coming to you. You shouldn't have to be going out there and generating leads. Honestly, really honestly, and it's it's a catch-22, but to me that just tells me that people don't really know what they're doing, and that they're really positioning themselves to be a mom and pop or company, and not positioning themselves for the ultimate success, which this training absolutely does. And that's the reason why I'm putting up these videos, and I'm telling you, whoever you are that's watching this, and if you don't already know who I am, then you're just going to have to take my word for it. But if you know who I am, then you know that I'm dead serious here, and there's not much for me to say. They also have 8 weeks of live coaching. They've got their private forum, and you get access to everything over the past year that they've done with their existing course members, and you'll be able to really have everything that you need in one place. And I'll be honest, I'm really honest. It's a $2,000 course. It's got a payment plan if you can't afford that, of course. But if you're going to buy this, then just do this. Forget about everything else. Unsubscribe to all the other marketers that are out there, except for me, of course. But if you already know me, and you're already on my list, you probably realize that you might be lucky if you even get one email from me a month at this stage of the game. I'm still sort of... I don't really like to do a lot of marketing because I don't like to distract people, and I'm more of a person that will say, how about you come to me? If you want something from me, come to me, ask me. You have my email address, when you're on my list, just email me. It comes to my inbox. I read all of my emails. I do have staff, but they're not, because I have the time, and because because of the way I run my business, I like to be a little bit more hands-on with people. So that's going to be the case as well for anyone that purchases this. If my bonus to you will be to help you, okay, on top of whatever they're doing. So if you feel like you're struggling and for whatever ridiculous reason, you don't feel like you're getting what you're looking for, or you're still a little bit confused and so forth, I will get on with you and I will help you out. I will explain things to you. I will give you suggestions. I will help give you tools and different things that will help you be able to achieve the success that not only they're talking about, but the success that I've achieved, in literally running multiple online businesses for the last 20 years. And I've done everything from web development to SEO and marketing to producing pilgrimages all over the world. I'm on the board of a non-profit and help them, and I just do a lot of different things. So honestly, I'm not really hyping this up. I'm not really sort of pushing anybody into this. I'm not really doing any of my other types of tactics that I would normally do, because I really want you to be serious, and I really want you to see that what you have available to you through Marketing Inc. is way beyond anything that you're going to have access to if this is the type of work that you do. But I need to really, really emphasize once again that this is not some hyped up course. This is not some bullshit that you're going to find out there online. This is the real deal. If you're serious about making money online and you're willing to do this, and let me tell you this, learning how to do SEO, learning how to generate leads for businesses, and doing marketing in general online is the only tool that you will ever need. And it's the tool that every single business on the planet needs. You've got to understand that. Because even if, say, you decide, you know what, I don't want to do this for other people, I just want to do it for myself, you now know everything you need to go and develop any business of your own, any affiliate website or marketing website, and you'll know how to rank it, how to get it out there. You'll know how to drive sales to it organically, and the sky's the limit. And if you ever need to or want to, because your affiliate websites aren't making you enough money or whatever else, then you could easily just come back to this and start doing the same thing for other people, and helping them out, and having them pay you to learn and educate yourself. You see, that's really one of the biggest secrets to my success. Is that any product, any service, anything that I've ever released, my clients paid for them. They were the ones that paid for the development. All I did was just sort of manage it, or have my staff manage it for me. And they're the ones that paid for my education. They're the ones that paid for me to be able to do what I do. And have been doing for the last 10 to 20 years, depending on what industry and what area we're talking about, because I've been in so many different areas. So, there's not really much more for me to say, except that you should click on the links below, check out Marketing Inc., and seriously, go ahead and buy this. Unless, again, this is not what you're interested in doing. And if you don't think that you can make a quick buck doing this, you absolutely 100% can. Absolutely. They show you techniques where you can actually go in and dominate a whole industry. An industry of your choice. Obviously, you should be targeting industries that have money in them, because it's far more better for you to get a dentist or a doctor or a roofer or someone that's able to pay you $1,000 a month, or $5,000 up front and $1,000 a month maintenance or whatever else, than to go for smaller companies or businesses that don't have a very high ticket pricing for their customers. In other words, lifetime value of their customers are very small. So that's one of the things that you'll learn by going through this program, is how to find those, how to target those, and then be able to dominate them, and then have them literally knocking down your door going, hey, what the heck? What are you doing? You're taking over our business, and so forth. But I don't really want to get too much into the tactics that they teach here. But it's a very, very well structured and very, very interesting program as to how they've built this. And as I said, it was built, to help one of their friends who was a newbie to become a successful SEO person or marketing person. And so because of that, it's structured in a way that worked, and by having that feedback and having released it in 2014 internally to their own lists, was absolutely has helped refine this training program to be something that's truly unique and very exciting and very fun. And I highly recommend that you go ahead, again, click on the links, purchase this, and look, my incentive, if you're looking for a bonus for purchasing this through my link or whatever else, the only incentive I'm going to give you is hit me up. Hit me up through my email, and contact me. Contact me through Facebook, contact me through YouTube. If you sign up on my mailing list, if you go to my website, crucialadvantage.com, and sign up on my mailing list, you'll have my email address. It can be marketing at crucialadvantage.com. I'll give you that one. It comes directly to my inbox. So, if you have questions and so forth, and you're a confirmed purchaser of this program, actually, as a matter of fact, when you actually purchase, you get automatically put into my mailing list. I apologize. I completely gapped on that fact, that's been set up automatically. So as soon as you purchase, I already know that you've purchased. I know who you are. You're already on my mailing list. You'll get a confirmation email from me anyway, and then you can ask me any questions you want. You can ask for my guidance. If there's other areas of marketing that you're looking to get into that may not necessarily be covered in this course or this program, absolutely hit me up. I'm way into this. I'm way into this as far as my own businesses are concerned, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm just at home. I'm in this is my office, this is my home, and this is where I work from. This is what I do. I don't have any agendas. I don't have any obligations. I can work whatever hours I want to. I can spend as much time as I want with my family. I don't, and I do still have certain clients that I work with, but most of what I do now, I do for myself because I choose to. And, I don't need... I don't need an endless wad of cash in order to be happy. Okay, I've scaled my businesses to where I want them to be, and to be automated. And I'm always looking for new opportunities, of course. And I've got a million and one ideas, and I've only got a certain number of time and certain number of partners and people that I work with to be able to implement them all. Or not at all. But the point that I want to make is I'm here for you. I want to see you succeed. You can succeed. And I can tell you with all sincerity that you can succeed. And you don't need to be an expert. You don't need to have staff. You don't need to have, all the bells and whistles and all the endless amount of softwares, and you don't need to be on everybody's mailing lists and all this sort of stuff, and buy into all the hype that is just riddling the internet, and especially the internet marketing industry. Here's the next best software, whatever. Now, again, do I not use any softwares? Of course I use softwares in my business. Absolutely. Some that I've developed myself, some that I've purchased that will, build backlinks and do all sorts of syndication and all that sort of stuff. But that isn't a factor for my success. Okay? It's just that it's helped me automate functions that I no longer choose to do or want to do, or that I want to be able to farm out to other people to do, and that's just a matter of scaling. That's not, that's not necessary for you today as a newbie to get your first client and have a check in your hand by tomorrow. Seriously, dead serious here. It's not a factor. It's an illusion, and it's a load of crap. And it's one of the things that I really dislike the most about the online industry, and the amount of shenanigans and money that people are pumping into all of these softwares, meaning pumping into as in buying all of these softwares and programs that they never end up using anyway, or that never end up fulfilling their true potential, because you're just distracted and don't really, and you're just getting misinformation. So anyway, that was my little preachy bit at the end. Again, as you can see, I'm just being, I'm just trying to be as real as I can. I don't script anything that I say. I don't have anything written on the screen. I'm just looking at nothing because I can't see you, of course. But that's what I have to share. And hopefully, if you like me, like my buttons below, comment if you want to comment, click on the link if you're interested and finding more about Marketing Inc. Get on my mailing list if you aren't going to buy Marketing Inc. and you're interested in more of what I have to say, or in some of my upcoming trainings or webinars or anything like that I do. As I said, I'm pretty casual because I have my own real businesses, and it's just I'm just finding the time to start putting myself out there in this way. And as you can see, I do it real cash. Got these big headphones on, I'm just in my some older t-shirt that I have. I don't do anything fancy, because a part of the reason why I don't do that, I don't know whether it may or may not necessarily lend credibility to me, but what I'm trying to show people is that you don't have to be anything special. There is nothing special about anything. And, if someone expects me to be wearing a shirt and tie and look a certain way, in order for me to come across as being credible, I'm not that person. Okay, I'm just not that person. And there are times for that when it's worth doing and necessary, like, if I'm promoting a product and I'm the face of the product or something like that. But otherwise, you don't need that. And that's the cool thing about working from home. I can pick up a phone and I can make a phone call or or whatever, and and I can get a business deal if I want to, and I can pitch someone on something, and I don't have to meet them in person. I don't have to dress up for it, and sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on you and where you're at, and how you present yourself as far as communication is concerned. And at the end of the day, there are some really cool ways of being able to get clients that don't require a lot of effort and a lot of work. And once again, Marketing Inc. will take you from the A to the Z in the shortest amount of time possible, without any of the fancy hoo-has, and without without it being full of affiliate links and all this sort of stuff. Go buy this, go buy that. There's no extra costs. There are no extra costs. You get everything that you need, and that's why it's priced at a price that makes sense and is for people that are truly serious. Because I know for myself, when I've released courses and programs that are really inexpensive, and I mentioned this earlier, but 95% of the people do not actually take the course. They don't even do anything with it. There's software that they won't even install. They'll purchase it because it was cheap, and they were, they bought the hype, but they didn't buy the product or the potential of that product, or they're not ready for it, again, because they bought the hype. Or they're not even sure about what they're doing or why they're doing it, or what they should be doing in their business. And honestly, that again is one of the things that I just really don't like about this industry. And if anything, I hope that I can be part of the change and help the industry change, because I really do not like what I see. I really don't like the fact that there are people out there making a lot of money by taking advantage of people and misleading them, because they're clever marketers, not because they have any moral code or any any heart. And any desire to really, really help people. And that to me is sad. That to me is very, very sad, and not happy about it. Okay, and I've been there too. I've played around with that sort of stuff. I've gotten sucked into that sort of stuff. I've spent tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars on absolute utter trash. Hard drive is full of trash and garbage and distractions and things that haven't helped me at all. Literally did nothing to my bottom line ever, and probably never will, because I was foolish and I was naive, and I got sucked into the the machine that's out there of people just wanting to get rich quick, wanting to make money fast, and using any tactic that they can to swindle people into buying. And if in some cases, a lot of people don't even ask for their money back, which is just absolute insanity to me. And if you're one of those people, just stop. Please stop. Okay? So, all right. Again, I did not intend on talking about this sort of stuff. I tend to sometimes rant on because I am very passionate about what I do. I'm very passionate about the potential that is out there online for every single person, every single human being. And, that's where I have made my success. It's where I've, been able to make my dreams come true. It's where I've been able to find the freedom to be with my family and with my friends, and to be able to travel and live a very fortunate life. But I'm not by any means a very extravagant person, or even interested in extravagance. And but you choose the level of success that you want, and you need to be responsible for that. And and a part of that is to really be serious and take your business seriously, and be willing to spend money where you need to. And that's why I have no problems in someone dropping $2,000 over 6 months or immediately for something like this, because you will walk out of this making an infinite number of times that money, potentially immediately, okay? And I'm dead serious about that. So once again, thank you so much for listening. And if you made it this far in the video, I congratulate you. And again, when you purchase, you will be put on my mailing list, so I'll know that you purchased this, and I know that I'll know to be looking out for you specifically if you need help and assistance. I'm not going to be bundling this with any courses or any programs or anything like that, because I do not want you to get distracted from doing what you need to do with this particular course and program. Okay, I'm serious. It would be a disservice for me to start throwing in all sorts of crap. But if you come to me and you've got some troubles, you've got some issues, certain things that might not be making sense, and the forum's not helping you out, or you've got a unique situation, again, for whatever reason, and you need my help, I will be there for you. And I can also recommend you different ways and in simple ways of being able to tools that will be able to help you automate your business once you get to that point of needing to do that. But really, this is easily by far one of the best businesses to get into, and because it generates a recurring income literally for life, the sky's the limit. Each client just becomes a monthly payment for you, and that is amazing, because if you can get a client that's willing to pay you $1,000 a year, that's $12,000 a year from one client. Okay, so you only need 10 clients to have $120,000 income yearly for life, with very minimal work. So thank you. Click on the links below. Buy this course. Again, if you're serious about wanting to learn how to help other businesses generate leads and rank in the search engines and all that sort of fun stuff, this is by far the most easiest program I've ever come across. And I've been going through it, and even me with my level of experience and where I'm at with my business, even I have already learnt a few things that I didn't even know that I'm going to be implementing into some of my businesses and some of my websites and so forth, because it just makes my life easier. So thank you and goodbye.